The pre-stream Prime Smash Let's Go.
Motherfucker. Hello, motherfucker.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I took so long to get going. I was having very minor issues. But hello, thank you for the subscription, Dahlia. Thank you a lot. You scared the shit out of me because I was trying to get my audio levels right. So like I'm just sitting here just like listening, it's like okay, so this goes there and that goes there and I hear ba-da-da-da-da-da. It scared the shit out of me. But thank you. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're starting a new case. Doing good. Hi, Zeno. And yeah, I have heard of, Stellaris. I just don't own it. It seems like a game I'd probably like, but... nah. When in doubt, YOLO jam the subscription for anyone can react. Hell yeah. Johnny, nice.
Hello, mother.
Why did it cut itself off? Hey, thank you for the resub, Zeno. Why did that cut off?
Hello, motherfucker.
Okay, so I thought I had this fixed, but I guess I don't. Oh well. Alright, on we go. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Why is Kokoro in Japanese? A new case begins for Nozzy and jolly oldie Ingalandi. Other ones end in the future. Johnny one, just let you know. Hey.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than
So
that
Sholmes
which we
wasn't
have
even
observed.
part of the fucking last case.
Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that.
Sholmes wasn't.
Morning, Galoo. Still some fucking balls.
The knife in her back, lit in the soft glow of gas lamps.
Fuck you.
Extraordinary scene had been set, and under the cover of a light fire, the curtain had risen silently.
Hi,
on the
scientists.
insoluble
Hello,
mystery of our
motherfuckers.
Hi, Nim. Hello, everyone. Oh, I completely missed everything that Sholmes just fucking said because I just was laughing too much. Yeah. Hope you're having a good day, Nim. 20th of February, 9:47 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? Oh, shit, didn't mean to do that. rooms were so luxurious, I felt like we were staying in a palace. With all the gaslights twinkling, was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. And I fainted at one point, and my god. The doctors here are... do they really know how to treat women's health? How nauseous. Well, it's about to be worse. What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Buria, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. Can we make marshmallows over the Omnibus? Yes, you can, since that's encouraged. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. God, fucking... What kind of beds are they still using in Japan? Like, holy shit. Like, what kind of beds are they using in Japan still? Like, they still using fucking tatami mats? When I learned we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. It's called exchange rates, motherfucker. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Ugh, London is a glad to see. Have I put a count on how many times Ryunosuke gets tossed in this game? I should, but I don't know how to do that right now. Oh boy. Exchange rates are fun. And also, nice to see that, like, living in London is, like, never changes, always gonna be ridiculously expensive. Britain taking advantage of the poor even in ye olde time? Well, no. No, £3 for a hotel stay, it's still not a massive amount of money this time period. Asterisk, so long as you're already living in London. At this time period, if you were living in London, £3 for a hotel stay was like nothing. And even like most of the places like around London. Plus, you know, he specifically went to the fanciest fucking hotel he could find. They probably could have found a hostel, like no problem. And they probably would have been like a few pence at most. Like Ryunosuke is just bad at money, I think. Good morning to you at this early hour. So how long until this man is the fucking prosecutor against us? Oh, yes, we are, well... God, my throat hurts already. Jesus. You can't report an outcome of the trial of the Old Bailey yesterday. Susato sounds amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation to British courtroom practices. Oh yes, it was very eye-opening, thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. Should have taken the money. Like, seriously. The man's dead now. It's not like, you know, anything negative happened. Yes, I've already been appraised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh. No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Holy, like, seriously, I feel like the Japanese version of this has, like, a lot more slurs in it. Like the way they're laying this out, I'm expecting just, like, in the Japanese, he just says, like, some really fucked up shit. Thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure. I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? Is this what it's like being a public defender? Just like, ah, oh, finally I got that case done, I can take a breath. Hey, there's a new case, motherfucker! Goes today! Off you go! Because yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more are you hoping for? It's a legal system, not a justice system. Jesus Christ. Naruhodo, figure it out. Jury will not be required to proffer judgment. Well, Lord Van Sykes, it's been a pleasure, so it has. As for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Like, this man was just like, all he had to do was keep his composure till the end and everything would have been totally fine. Honestly, I doubt even in Japan. I doubt even in Japan, like, they have a fucking justice system. They have a legal system because they base their system off of the West. And fucking...
Stop! You violated the law.
And before then, it was just, oh, hey, did you piss off a samurai? Well, guess you're guilty. Stab. And Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo, it's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. Alright, later, Nam. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry. What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Okay, you know, I'm gonna stop trying to do voices, because my fucking throat hurts, and I don't know why. Mr. McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. No! Oh, fuck, oh shit! But Mr. McGilded is... dead? Yeah! JPEG birds! I love the JPEG birds! I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds to my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Okay, tell us about this man's. I don't understand what happened. How can he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course, that was the scene of the crime, which Mr. McGilded had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other manner, the omnibus went up in flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak, but already... the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. That's awful! The man must have slipped inside while the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not paid to pay attention, I'm not. I'm paid to stand around and look intimidating, I am. How could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. See, that one's easy. I can do that one all day. Hi, Riku! Konbanwa! What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, I'm told. I'd asked if I could present it for myself. I can't read, goddamn, alright. An inspection of the omnibus? Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. Clearly, Magnus self-immolated. He escaped. He put an orphan in his suit. Then who was Mr. McGilded talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Seriously! This series should have been about a fucking detective. My god. Like, it shouldn't be Ace Attorney, it should have been Ace Detective, or some shit like that. Okay, British court. The Reaper always gets his man. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Well, I don't know. I mean, it was... Wow. Wow. Mr. Naruhodo means the whole experience was steeped in solemnity of Great Britain's long history. You could really feel the oppressed masses underneath the floorboards. It really is a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, Susato-san has such a way with words. She could kiss ass with the best of them. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. Susato is just a fucking esper, isn't she? She just mind reads. Like, holy shit. They were screaming with every squeak creaky floor, but yeah, just like home. You can't go five steps in home without stepping on the corpse of an impoverished underclassman. Ha, just as it should be. It's not actually cobblestones, it's actually the semi-buried skulls of political prisoners. He said the most advanced legal system. There, my guy, not most advanced justice system. Fucking Christ. That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I mean, I feel like we probably could have lost. I don't know, maybe if Mr. McGilded wasn't such a shitbag. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Ah, someone's never heard of corruption before. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent, wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Man, the Wright family really should just not be lawyers, holy fuck. Like, it really seems like they just bumblefuck their way into winning. But never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much at least is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I prepared a new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? Okay, what about this new case, then? Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me, it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? Everyone can read Naruhodo's mind except for Naruhodo. Holy shit. That is to say, no one has died, as yet. And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. Oh good, we get a fucking discovery phase! Jesus! 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. We have to solve this crime, and prom is tomorrow! Everything alright? Oh, yes, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was... well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilded's trial. Ah yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Seriously, like, there's just no fucking defense lawyers in London. Holy shit. The situation remains unchanged. The trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. If that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yep, that's right. Ugh, here we go again. Straight up, man. Like, this is some fucking... Alright, Phoenix Wright is written by an American Hollywood writer. Everything is prom. Prom in every show. Prom everywhere. No, Phoenix, you don't understand. I need to solve this case of the samurai murders. And prom is tomorrow. I'd advise you to begin making... That was the fastest 19 minutes of my life. Holy shit. After all, the clock is ever ticking. This man has, like, some sort of fucking, like, obsessive-compulsive disorder. I swear to God. There's now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds till the court sits. Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time. And one more thing. One more thing. There's something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. This man might as well just have, like, a clock for an eye. I'd be interested to hear exactly what you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Closing argument, Naruhodo, come on! Speed it up! Well, Kazuma used to always say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked, so he could change hours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Another thing? Continue. On the way here on the steamship, he said something to me. Something very important I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? I'm waiting for just, like, the big twist that, like, Asogi was just, like, an international fucking crime kingpin or something. He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he ever made it Great Britain. You're out of time! Well, thank you for enlightening the discussion. Is there heard? What's all this about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. And they even put prom in that new D&D setting, the magic school. Was that obsession with prom? Wait, Strixhaven has prom? Strixhaven has magic prom? Oh shit, I gotta get a copy of Strixhaven now. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I gotta get a copy of that. Fuck! I urge you both to focus your attention on the matter at hand. I have the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. Does he have a fucking thing of fish and chips in his pocket? How long has he been there? Don't be seduced. No, I wanna start a D&D session by just saying to my players, and I quote, "Alright everybody, the dragon is about to destroy the school. The Dark Lich is about to summon his demonic patron. You're all about to be expelled for crimes you didn't commit. And prom is tomorrow!" Like, that sort of juxtaposition is the kind of shit that makes me laugh. I love that. I love that so goddamn much, especially if you can make it work within the setting without it being too fucking goofy. I love that. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go for like a full 3-hour stream today, but I'm still not feeling super great. So please pardon me if I gotta bow out at the 2-hour mark. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean? Wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. I'm waiting for... Oh my god, he just has a fucking thing of fish and chips. No, oh no. It's more like an over-the-top tombstone that's tumbled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. Hi, Titan. I feel like everything's normally made of wood and paper at home. It's made of bricks and stone here. Hell yeah, it is! I know, that's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Shut the fuck up. Wood is cringe. Wood is cringe. Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you'd find on a steam locomotive, even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean? Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size. I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. He is a beautiful baby boy. Do not mock him. He's a precious baby. Alright. Inspector! It's just got fish and chips, and it's wrapped in newspaper. Wait. He's a wizard. He's some sort of wizard. Look at him! He bites down half the fish and then conjures more! This man is a divine being! My god! What do you think? Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Doesn't mean you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English jet eating out of your hand, you know. He's straight up got a cornucopia of infinite fish and chips. I love this man! Oh my god. Suzato-san told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man. I'm a very busy man. I've got to eat this infinite fish and chips. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here to having to give the likes of you a talking to. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. Not because some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. No need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryanosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? Like Susato's fucking Sharingan activates, just It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. She activated her bloodline technique! Oh my god. It is unseasonably fine, I got you. There's a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable, how did she pull that off? So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. Got a nearby place that has beer, battered fish and chips? Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah, my guy! Oh, fuck, that's great. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? What's the matter with Suzato-san? What, is he famous? Oh, fuck, he's the guy from her fucking Sherlock Holmes books. Hell yeah. Inspector Gregson. Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, my Elgato is just freaking the fuck out. I don't know why it's doing this. You're acting like you know this man, Miss Suzato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him, and very well, in fact. Very well? Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Ranced Magazine? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful, friendly rivalry. I want Gregson to be like, oh, fucking Sholmes, I hate that prick. I hate that prick, I hope he dies. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned the highest praise. Gregs is the pick of a bad lot of all of Scotland Yarders. Those are his own words. That's his highest praise. Well, to be fair, the real-life Sherlock does actually have, like, a pretty big disdain for, like, 90% of cops. That's right, kids. Sherlock Holmes is fucking based. Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he is not, and thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? Huh, I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation of the yard went through the roof. That's wonderful. No, it's not! There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Oh, this fucking man, this poor man. He's also the Sorcerer Supreme. No! No! Bandersnatch Cumberdink does not count as an actual Sherlock Holmes. Cease. Fucking cease your shit with that. God, I fucking hate the Sherlock show. I hate it so goddamn much. Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that. What about RDJ? Yes! You know what? I will accept RDJ as a valid Sherlock Holmes, because you know what? RDJ was a lot more rough and tumble than, like, the book Sherlock, but at the very least, at least the book Sherlock did have that level of rough and tumble. Like, it's just RDJ, like, emphasized it a bit more than I think most fans of Sherlock Holmes would have liked. But they were also making a fucking action movie, so they couldn't exactly have, like, long, drawn-out fucking moments of, like, ah, yes, I have to break down this case if to the slightest detail, or else my autism won't let me complete it. Yeah, I'll accept that. I'll accept Sherlock Holmes is also Iron Man. Like I said, they whisper, right? Because I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. I'm sure as eggs is eggs. This poor man is just losing his shit. I get the feeling this detective could be... I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear, perhaps a sudden rise of fame does change people. What about the case, Gregson? So, about the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the Yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means... About Omni-Man Sherlock Holmes? I don't think J.K. Simmons has ever fucking played Sherlock Holmes in anything. If he has, I'm more than open to being, like, corrected, but I'm fairly certain J.K. Simmons has never even touched the Sherlock role. As far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road. Yeah, I don't think J.K. Simmons has ever played Sherlock Holmes. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. Let's open up Google. Okay, so from what I can tell, it looks like J.K. Simmons has wanted to play Sherlock Holmes, but he's always been passed over for it. So... yeah, so it looks like it's one of those things where he's never been it, but he's wanted to. Which unfortunately does mean that, unfortunately our boy does not count. Damn shame. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital unconscious. That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind? Suppose you'd have finished whoever was off with a Suzada takedown, would you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, Rhinosuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit? He does require more pictures of Spider-Man. I mean, let's be honest. What is J. Jonah Jameson, if not just the Sherlock Holmes of our time? Perhaps a reliable witness? You recognize the person in question? Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baroque Van Zykes, I see. Alright, round 2, motherfucker, let's go! Sounds like you've heard of him, then. Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zykes. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Baroque Van Zykes, who we faced in court only yesterday, I thought that Van Zykes is had only just come out of retirement for that last case. You would think that Van Zykes is just well, I just got my ass beat in that case. Maybe I should take a little bit of time to brush up on the law. Now he's just you know what? Fuck that little bastard from the east. I'm going right back in there. Fuck you. Mr. McGill told us about him before the trial, didn't he? I didn't hear no bell. When Van Zykes stands for the prosecution, he called the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty? Is that it? Well, if that's the case... Yes, the only way to fucking try and win against Van Zykes is just to get a mistrial at that point. Holy shit. If that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zykes, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty. Ha. And what of it? I think... That means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. This man is such a pessimist. No, you really don't have a clue, do you? Well, what do you mean? What happened to that bloke in the end, huh? He's dead. Van Zykes murdered him! Magnus McGilded came to a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant. I mean, hey, we did everything we could, and we didn't let Van Zykes get the fucking coup de grace, at the very least. Unless Van Zykes did set the omnibus on fire, but then that's another problem. What? What are you saying? Look, if Van Zykes could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. That's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic! Ah, shit! So we gotta get him to drop his Enochian. It's the only way we can win. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Are we really supposed to believe that? Jesus. He's a blood mage? Oh god, he's a goddamn fucking Tremere. He's a goddamn Tremere. He's using Sangromancy, son of a bitch. Right, well, I filled you in his request. I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now, while still carrying out a few investigations there. It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You've branded him a criminal already. Hey, man, innocent until proven guilty does not exist yet. He's good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is. He'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. This justice system must be like a straight up fucking meat grinder. Like, actually. Like if the numbers of criminals are that low, how often are they recycling these numbers? So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too. But if the man they've arrested is innocent... It's a legal system, Naruhodo, not a... You could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. Yeah, well, you haven't spent enough time in England then, my guy. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm gonna make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes! Yes! Let's go! Hell yeah. Oh, shit, let me do that. Okay, let's go to Briar Road first. Oh, damn, someone fucking smashed that bike up down there. Holy shit. Hello, hello, hello. There's been a murder here, there is. This is where it happened, Briar Road. Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak. God, imagine getting stabbed next to a fucking snowman. Jesus Christ. That is their job, you know. But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They're often depicted as in the adventures at Herlock Sholmes. I never dreamt I'd come this close. The real Bobby's helmet. The helmet? She wants to touch the helmet. Of course, I have to try one on someday. Well, I hope your Hattie dream comes. Just give the girl a helmet. Let the girl try on a helmet, god damn it. I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere. Shall we see if we can sneak past and investigate the scene of the stabbing? Why should we sneak? I don't want to upset one of those bobbies and be butted on the head by one of those metal helmets. My skull would crack in two, I'm sure. Yeah, but Susato's also like a giant fucking fangirl. Like, Susato has a fucking, like, a wood print fucking Tumblr blog. Just like, she's like, Susato, what are you doing? I'm writing on my Tumblr blog. Susato, the internet won't be invented for like another, like, 70 years. I'm getting ahead of the game. Oh no, an English Bobby would never do such a thing. It's a land of... Let me just look up rates of British police abuse. Finally, questionnaire is done. Please hire me. Oh shit, you were applying for the EPA, Dahlia? Damn. What do you know, snowman? What a delightful snowman. Didn't realize English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks a little creepy, though. No, it has a scarf, look. You'd need one if you're out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. I'm sure the snowman here wouldn't miss his. It's wet, dumbass! Also, Susato just continually reads Ryanosuke's mind. Like, holy shit. Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. We use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. I'll just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Susato should just become a cop. Susato should just become a cop. Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. Holy shit. That's one of the officers from Scotland Yard. The police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern. Oh boy, Susato. I don't know, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing about what was going on. Yeah, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all. Oh, shit, they're the same thing. Shit, alright. Can I see... Can I go see the crime, please? It's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. Oi! What are you foreigners doing here? Oh, boy. Oh, we were, just gonna say, conspiring with that mustache fella from Japan, are you? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, have you? Get out of here before I give you an eye and go on. Well. Well then. You shoot us away like rats. Susato, you're a foreigner. As far as the cops are concerned, you are less than rats. The rats have more rights than you do right now. Fuck me. What a disappointing experience. Client is... Oh no. Is the client Mr. Mikotoba? Is the client Mr. Mikotoba? Although, the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. I must have been doing some breakneck cycling. Seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. Bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like... God, Ryanosuke is such a fucking boomer. Holy shit. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. Just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. Have you ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river? I know you'd agree with me. We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around. Aw, that'd be cute. That'd be cute. Sure they're windows? Yes, but they're all filled in with bricks. I wonder if they're actually going to say, there's an empty property where no one lives at the moment. There's smoke coming from the chimneys, though. Note, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place. So, fun fact, actually, I don't know if this is still a thing. Yeah, where is Sholmes? I don't know if this was still a thing by the time period this happens, but... Fun fact, in England, in London specifically, at like, sometime during the 1800s, I don't know when it was put in place, and I don't know when it was removed, but you actually have to pay, like, a license or tax for the amount of windows on your house. So if you were too poor to pay for windows in your house, then it was actually pretty standard procedure to take the glass out and just brick it up. London is a shithole. London is a shithole and always has been. You could just excise London from the rest of England and just throw it into the ocean, and the average fucking quality of life for English people would go up. Yeah, I love the dense fog of home. Ah, so California? Jesus. Aha, yes! That must be the Crystal Tower being built for the Great Exhibit. Holy shit, that's right, the Crystal Tower hasn't been built yet! I forgot the Crystal Tower doesn't exist yet. Oh, shit. Man, it's weird to think, like, the skyline of London basically just came into being, like, during this time period. 19th of February, Local Prison, Cell 9. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon. It is a dungeon, Susato! By definition! Yes, having experience in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh boy, a posture check. Alright. Okay, I have to be careful when I do it, otherwise I'm gonna hurt myself again. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. It made me seem worse. Alright. Who's the criminal? Is it Mr. Mikatoba? They're so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop pointing at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat as yet with no name? Calling me by a number? It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Yeah, that's London for you, my guy. Naruhodo, what? What do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? The first boss of London Prison Dungeon is Constable Billywicket, positively smashing a cone AoE. Dodge is necessary. I don't know what MTQ capture sounds like. Fuck, I wish I did. Wouldn't it be amazing if Ouchie was the accused? That'd be fucking hilarious. I would be so down. Whomst the fuck? Whomst the fuck is this? Excuse me, but who? Shh, quiet! They said it was a foreigner with a mustache. I was expecting a Japanese person, but no, alright. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Oh, he's mentally ill. Oh, shit. Oh, no. They're putting a mentally ill man in prison because the police want to be able to end the case early. Oh, shit. Right. So, could I ask you who exactly... Here you are, you've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it, you're a ghost! Yeah, what an app... A woman got stabbed, and there were no witnesses, so they just scooped up the first mentally ill man they could see. Wow, this is, like, actually... depressingly historically accurate. Holy shit. Oh, boy. You mean you no harm, prisoner-san? Are you... Japanese, by any chance? This is... beyond my wildest dreams! What? Gee, Mr. Lovecraft, your cat is so friendly. What did you say his name was again? Forgive me for that outburst before. I am so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment! What the fuck is this man's deal? What the fuck is this man's deal? What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon! What the fuck? What the fuck? A first-class lawyer? Oh, no, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. Oh my god, it does look like Lovecraft mixed with Poe. Oh, God, why? Why would you say this? I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can, I will! Shan't stay sullen and silent. This is incredibly, like, period accurate. They couldn't find out who did the murder, so they found, like, the ultimate hat trick. They found a foreigner who probably doesn't speak English super well, who's also apparently mentally disturbed. So they've got, like, you know, double the, and he's probably also poor. So they're going to go for, like, the fucking hat trick. Like, they'll bring in front of the jury will be like, oh, okay, he's poor, foreign, and mentally ill? Into the fucking gas chamber with him, then. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yeah, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryanosuke Naruhodo. Absolutely. Clearly this man did it. He fits all 3 requirements to be a murderer in this time period. And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume! Sosuke Natsume. Hey, this is Britain, we're respectable. No, we're not. No, we're not. Hey, this is Britain, we're respectable, hanging from... Ah, yes, I forgot! Actually, Dahlia, it's funny you say that. Did you know that the London Bridge was actually an execution ground? People would be killed either on the bridge or elsewhere, and then their head would be severed and it'd be mounted on a spike above the bridge for everyone to see as they were crossing the bridge. Call me Suseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san. Here I am saving Earth with... Fuck! Damn it! Damn it! Ah, fuck! I gave it away for free! I am the worst e-prostitute ever! No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku, that really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pale. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here?
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me? Both, I hope.
Man, this guy looks like the guy on the 1,000 yen banknote. I wonder what that guy's name was.
I mean, you can Google it. Just, like, guy on the 1,000 yen note. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean you can do it? No. What do you mean? They told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Hey, thank you, scientist. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I see. Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on a white washi! Oh, this fucking man's... Oh my god. You must be a man of great standing. My guy, you gotta know the language to see... Yeah, exactly, this guy's a fucking idiot. I love him. Oh yeah, so I'm often told. I often like to be told, it seems. Okay, what about the accusation against you, though, my guy? Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it!
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad
Oh, it's literally the same dude!
Both, I hope.
At not see the goblin, it's literally the same dude. I was making a joke.
It's literally the same guy! Like, is it actually just... Okay, so, like, is it... So Soseki Natsume? Fuck! Okay, I imagine for, like, people in Japan to play this game, this must be, like, a really big fucking, like, oh, shit! I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh, no, that's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife! Right before my eyes! I'm actually surprised that they have a historical figure show, but they can't use the word fucking Sherlock Holmes. You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, would you think I'd still be locked up in here? I mean, yes, because the government is corrupt. It's easier to fucking hang you than go out and do their job again. Really? I have no idea what's going on with my Elgato. I am terribly sorry. Seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why don't you just use the Arsene Lupin Wait, what? Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse! The curse of London! It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient! Oh boy. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital we find out more about the case. Okay, what about the case, my dude? It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear heavy with fog. I've been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to the accursed lodgings. Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed. Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too? Okay, Mr. Soseki, very important. Was the bookshop also cursed? Yes! Yes, it was. It was very... Okay, what about the Frogurt shop? The Frogurt was also cursed. In Arsene, he's called Herlock to the author of Arsene use Honzo. Oh, I see. As I was working along that accursed pavement, I could see the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. But just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. My God, you should have just run. You should have just picked up your shit and run. They never would have found you. I recommend looking at the 1,000 yen banknote. The resemblance goes as far as the hair goes on oh God. Alright, hang on, let's look. 1,000 yen note. Holy shit, you're right! Christ, he even got like the little swoop on his hair right in this stupid suit. And I'm assuming there's like the yellow looking note is just him but like older. Like after his hair started to thin. Like there's a lot of 1,000 yen notes with like different guys on them. Like there's one here that's just got like an old dude on it. Wonder what he wound up doing to get on a banknote. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs came back to my curse. Did you? Yeah, but you left your shit, idiot. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous! You think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. Oh, that's a fucking mood. That's a fucking mood. Who else did you see nearby? Anyone pass you? Shameful display! Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. Feel like this man might have done it, guys. I don't know. Feel like maybe we should turn down the case. The victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? Hmm? What conundrum? Clearly, the knife was in her ahead of time. And she had a Kokoro attack. What do you mean, Suzato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Suzeki-san just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did. But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah! You! What did you just say? Okay, I feel like there's a localization error where, like, Naruhodo's thoughts are being put down as fucking... Sorry, Naruhodo's speech is being put down as thoughts. Because, like, that's, like, the third fucking time that Naruhodo's, like, thoughts have just been responded to as if he said something. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Jesus Christ. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Suzeki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there's nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? I don't think he's on the banknote yet, though. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the Sherlock, what the fuck? Of all the bad luck. Accursed great detective. Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody, begone! May you be cursed at the end of your days, Sherlock Sholmes! I knew it. What the fuck? What the fuck, Sherlock? Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police, put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard. But I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination, devils! I mean, the fact that this man can eat cheese at all is already suspicious as shit, because people from the East tend to have, like, a very, very high rate of lactose intolerance. So, I don't know, I feel like already I'm suspicious of this man's. You clearly had a trying morning. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Sherlock Sholmes. It's actually just Sherlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Clearly he is a lizard priest disguised as a human. God damn it. Yes, the great detective is really very well known. His overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. Thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman! Me, this weak-stooped kitten of a man? Oh my god, he's a Discord kitten. Why do Discord kittens keep getting accused of murder? They're just there to get groomed by moderators on Discord servers. I mean, come on. I'm sorry, that goes too far. I'm sorry. I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time. Did you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? Hey, what's up, Marsha? What's up? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is... I have badonka... Yes, I do. I have fat fucking tits. I have hair? Yes. My guy, what the fuck is this coming from? Well, the thing is... That ugly... Hey, I'm a goblin, thank you! I am a goblin, thank you, Marsha. Hi, Zood! fuck happened to you, man? Well, Well, first off, not a man. That's, you know, a thing. Not a man. Clearly, you were bamboozled by my tomboy phase. Very sorry. What happened to the old you? Tomboy phase. It ended. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way. Ah, he stabbed them with the cheese! Of course you were, that's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English! Fiendish foreign film flammery! Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. You know, tomboy? I mean, my guy, you're not the one that dictates who is a tomboy and who's not. Your girl finally decided to be true to herself, and I'm not here to be fucking judged by y'all, man. Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but... Just to look up to me. I haven't fucking seen you in my comments for years, my guy, so you clearly didn't look up to me that much. So I just kept repeating things like, yes I do, and I'm fine. The next thing I knew, oh my god. Oh my god. This man's fell for the oldest trick in the book. This man's fell for the oldest trick in the book. Shit. Never wanted to comment? Well, dude, I've been out of the closet for like 3 years now. I've been out of the closet and openly trans for fucking 3 fucking years now. Like, you mean you didn't notice? Like, at all? Once again, not a man. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. That time frame seems significant. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Oh my god. Well, you can just call me Naruhodo, and when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright. They've really got to me. This country's poisoning my mind! But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Used to react to panty and stocking? It is explicitly me, my guy. God damn it. Bring back the old... Wow. 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 Hey you, person who's finally relatively happy with themselves and has discovered the real them. Go back in the closet, because it makes me uncomfortable. How about we just... bring him back? Okay, that's a death threat. That's a death threat. That's a no. That's an actual death threat. Holy shit. Well, hey, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clip that. Because, yeah, it finally happened live. Holy shit. Like, I finally got a death threat live on fucking stream. Holy shit. See? Like, usually people wait until the comments. People usually wait until the comments to make death threats, and then they get caught in the spam folder, and then I just remove them. Like, holy shit, that's like the first time they've shown up live. Holy fuck. Why? Why is it so hard to say yes? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I don't really know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. There is no justice, only law. Oh, I'm actually clipping that. I'm actually clipping that, because that's fun. I mean, not fun, but like, you know, interesting that it happened live this time. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even a foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm not even supposed to be here today. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband, that's the mark of a defense lawyer in our great empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. Hey, Christian, what's up? Oh shit, did you miss it? Did you miss it? Roll back the tape a bit. Oh yeah, it's the first day of Pride Month! It's the first day of Pride Month, holy shit! A keepsake? Oh, this man's dead. This man is doomed. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me. Goodness, why? Why'd you say that? For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. So it must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say, the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. Ooh, that's a rough one. They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen there on... I mean, given literacy rates... Given literacy rate... Okay, let's not make it racist, Bob. Let's not make it racist. Like, I know... It tracks, it very much tracks. But... I don't like to judge people based on their names. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. Fuck. I wonder how good Naruhodo's English is, like actually. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Soseki-san, it's just that... you probably did this crime. Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. We can find some clues. It will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Oh my god, this man's... We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Oh boy, alright. So there's nothing we can really get from him, so let's go back to Briar Road. Ryunosuke is basically fluent. He was an English major, but... Ah, I see. Oh, it's the boy! What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Oh, Inspector Gregson! Why is this man just, like, be able to conjure fish and chips? This isn't on the tourist trail, I'm fairly certain you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells, then. What do you make of the criminal? Really? He's your father figure, but his chin is so weak! He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. you Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Oh boy! Yeah, that's why we shouldn't bring racism into the chat. Seems like there's plenty of it coming from Gregson. Holy shit. Ooh. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion. More like yasism. Yas Queen! Slay! Ugh, the stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart. London this time of year is full of stone-cold air. That makes it worse, somehow? Alright, converse. Scotland Yard. I love Gregson already, he's great. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am. And you know I've always ended up wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman in there with his helmet on. You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the He'll take no nonsense in his duty of oppressing the underclass. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you. Oh, really? First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses the laborers on his beat so they can get off to work. I don't think that's a thing. He wakes people up? Yep. Raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself, going back a bit. That's not real. That's not real. No. No. No, that is not real. Did Bobbies wake people up in the 1800s? Yeah, no, like, okay. So I've heard of this, right? So here's the thing. It's kind of true. So at this time period, the average citizen could not really afford, like, an alarm clock. They couldn't afford a lot of shit, like day laborers, because they were working for fucking shillings, right? So they couldn't afford an alarm clock, right? And the thing with London at the time is that the sun is not very bright because fog, right? But also because of the window tax I mentioned a few like 30 minutes ago, where people would have to pay for every window on their building. A lot of laborers can't afford actual windows, so they wouldn't be able to see the sun, meaning that a lot of them would be prone to oversleeping. So there was a separate job called a knocker-upper, where what they would do is, every morning, they would go down your street to every house that, like, they had a subscription, and they would go to your door, and they would bang, just non-stop, make as much fucking noise as possible to wake you up, and they wouldn't leave until you paid them your subscription fee. We've encountered the window? No, we just saw the, oh yeah, no, we came here first. Yeah, we came here first. We saw the bricked up windows, yeah. I don't know if anyone's mentioned the window tax yet, but I've mentioned it to the people. Yeah, it was called a knocker-upper. So how does not paying window tax work? You go to prison. You go to debtor's prison. Remember back then, if you didn't pay debt, you could be sent to prison, and you could be used as slave labor. Which usually meant that you got shipped off to America before, the American Revolution. During this time period, it'd probably be better to say probably be sent off to Australia or Ireland. Regardless, you're being taken away from your family and being shoved into fucking slave labor, basically. So it was kind of like a self-creating problem. People didn't really have circadian rhythms, like if they were poor, because they couldn't afford windows, which means they couldn't rise with the sun. Meaning that then a group of people had to be invented that would go to your house and basically beat your fucking door down till you woke up and then you paid them for the privilege. Basically, pirate, yeah. Like, but cops didn't do it. Cops did not do it. It was a subscription service you opted into. The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his... Yeah, no, that's not true. Even back here, the police are very, very, very corporatized. Not like modern-day corporatized like we think here, but like... Basically, if you were nobility or you were rich enough, the cops would do whatever the fuck you wanted. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance. Actually, also, why the fuck does Psy not have moderation privileges on my channel? There we go. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. 20 miles, that's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. Well, the thing is though, like most fucking roads in England are paved versus Japan where they're dirt. Paved roads are actually a lot easier to walk 20 miles on. When it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas. Once again, not a thing the cops did! Gaslighters were... I do not need power, I will. Good. Like... It was like... Lamplighters, okay. Yeah, so it was lamplighters. Like, it was like a specific other job called the lamplight. So I always thought they were called gaslighters, but I think that might have been a regional thing. I honestly do think that might have been a regional thing for, like, where I lived as a kid. But, yeah, like, not cops. A separate fucking job. This one wasn't paid for the fit. Like, holy shit. Oh my. And I suppose in between all of those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well? And chase after criminals trying to evade the law. Yeah, like fucking this is lionizing the British police to such a massive degree and taking away, like, it's stolen fucking valor. Like, holy shit. My mom was a gaslighter? Ah, yes, a proud tradition. Oh, boy, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, they're lionizing the British police to such a fucking ridiculous degree and giving them, like, all of these duties that were, like, just directly other people. Like knocker-uppers getting paid for just, like, forcing you to wake up and go to your back-breaking labor job. I will say that, on theory, like, that's not exactly the most honorable fucking job, but when you take into account that these people literally could not afford alarm clocks or even windows to wake up with the sunrise, it honestly is kind of a very, very important job that, like, a lot of them probably weren't being paid all that much either. They probably were making relatively the same amount of money as the fucking, workers. So, like, there's no knocker-upper to wake up the knocker-upper. You know what I mean? So, like, they have to, like, make sure that they get up so they can do their round. They turn in their money to the fucking association that they're with, and then they get whatever's left over. Like, holy shit. And then lamplighters going around doing all their thing, like waking up super early in the morning to douse all the lamps so all the oil doesn't get used up, and then going around at night to turn them all on to make sure people can actually find their way fucking home. Like, these are very important jobs for this time period. I know you should call it in between exactly, more alongside, but yes. Hey, Alcazar! Hello! I'm doing good. I got my first death threat live. It was great. Speaking of gaslighting, did you see Disney put out a tweet in advance of Risa Kenobi's... Okay, Pirate, you were misrepresenting that, and I don't want to get into it. Yeah, it was great, you missed it. So... Yeah, Pirate, you're misrepresenting that because the casting was announced months ago. All of the racism they're coming out against, that's real. That's actual shit that they saw. Because they announced the casting, they saw that there was a black woman playing the fucking main antagonist, and that, like, she was like really like, and she's an arrogant person who's like super fucking in on her abilities. Like, I am the strongest dark side user, cause she's a fucking dark sider, so of course she fucking would. And then the woman got harassed non-fucking stop. No, they did. They did, Pirate. I am in the Star Wars fandom. I have my ear to the fucking ground for Star Wars. She got a lot of shit. Like, she released... Why would anyone be racist now? Because people are assholes. And people don't seem to realize... Oh, God. I don't want to get into this. I really don't want to get into this, but... Every black character in Star Wars has received shit. It's just now we live in a time where people who can be racist are able to fucking arrange themselves and organize and just be pricks way fucking louder than they could before. I guarantee you when Lando was introduced, there was racism. It just wasn't very loud because the internet didn't exist. When Sam Jackson was cast, like, he received racism, and it was actually on the news in England when the casting was announced. I remember that, like, I remember seeing that as a kid, like 5 years old, and like that's how I learned what racism was. Fucking John Boyega got non-stop infinite shit. Rose Tico, non-stop infinite shit. The black bounty hunting lady from Rise of Skywalker, non-stop infinite shit. Like, as the world has gotten more connected, horrible, shitty assholes that are in communities have gotten louder and louder and able to interact with each other more. It's awful. I hate it. I may not like the new... Yeah, I remember that, Bob. I super remember that. Yeah, Boyega got so much shit. Boyega got so much shit. Like, he actually, like, in interviews, he was like, he literally pulled up screen caps. And was like, he was laughing at it, but, like, still, it's fucked up. Like, I do not like the sequel trilogy. I think that it is probably the worst Star Wars media. But at the same time, I respect the actors. I respect the craft that went into it from the acting perspective. What I don't respect is the writing and how the writing is kind of dog shit. The actors, at the very least, are doing their damnedest with the work. And they don't deserve to be treated like fucking subhumans. Just like this lady on the Kenobi show, it seems like she's going out of her way to portray a Darksider the way Darksiders have been portrayed for years. Arrogant, self-assured assholes, and people are turning it into a race thing. Turning into like, oh hey, she's black woman and she's black a woman and she's acting arrogant and empowered. Clearly this is feminism. No, she's just a Darksider, my guy. She's a bad guy. Fuck. Sequel trilogy? Oh, sequel trilogy are like the movies made by Disney. Sorry, Alcazar. I am very sorry. I did not mean to rant and rave there. I am very passionate about Star Wars. It's one of my special interests. And yeah, I'm very sorry, because I know that's not what people are here for. I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruto. No! But like, yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, I want this sequel trilogy to be ruled non-canon, and I want them to do it again. I want them to do the movies again, with new scripts, new writers, like, just complete start from zero. New writers, new directors, new everything, except for the actors. The actors that are willing to do it again, and are willing to put their craft to, like, to display and show us how good they are, they should be brought back. Keep Boyega, keep Ridley, keep all of that. Because, like, Daisy Ridley, I will say, is probably the weakest actress out of all of them, but she's still really good. She's still really good. Like, I do think, like, she got really, really bad direction, because I've seen her in just, like, in interviews and stuff. She conducts herself really, really, I do think she might actually be a pretty good yes, consistent as well. Fuck. Hire me to do it. Hire me to do it. I could write better shit. I could write a better fucking Star Wars fucking screenplay. Holy shit. Fuck me. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago, just there on that open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned she's being treated in hospital. I mean, hey, I wouldn't turn them down. I'd probably need a few screenwriting classes, because I know how to write a novel. I know how to write I never said she was Ace Attorney says trans rights. Ace Attorney says, actually, well, Gregson's a transphobe? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. Suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Oh, was that just a translation issue? Or, like, he was using lady as a nobility term instead of as a, like, a gender, as a gender identifier? Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? You sure? It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspect the odd bit of information to go on. Yeah, the odd bit of information. Nothing that could torpedo the case. Yeah, fucking, I would outright, I'd be down. Fucking... I'd write a cool story where, like, fucking Rey's character has... Rey is a character... Like, Rey's a pseudonym. Rey is a pseudonym. She's actually another Jedi that escaped the burning of the Jedi Praxium by Kylo Ren. And she's in hiding. And then Finn finds her and she trains him in the ways of the Jedi. Like, honestly, I feel like that would have been a much better thing. Put Rey in the mentor space, have Finn be the protagonist, and have them act as deuteragonists, where both of them are protagonists of their own story. Rey has to come to terms with the fact that, also I would make Rey an actual Skywalker. So that would make her and Kylo cousins, and that would kill Reylo in the crib. Get that shit out of here. Daisy would have just played Jaina. That's honestly the name. Honestly, that would have been the name I would have used, actually. Yeah. Either have her be a Skywalker or have her be a Solo. So that way, either she would be cousins with Kylo, or she would be his sister. And honestly, seeing as Star Wars is all about family, that would work really fucking well. Star Wars' main theme is family and family conflict. Like, be it like blood family, like in the original trilogy, or found family, like in the prequels. Luke had been Jason and Jane. Fuck! Oh, that would have been so cool! Oh, we lost out. We lost out so fucking hard. God damn it. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept. The local map has been entered into the court record. Anyways, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So, who did it, do you think? Not much of a head-scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming to not have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone doesn't mean we can't be sure that nobody else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure. Oh, fuck, you kidding me? We were gonna have Darth Talon? Fuck! We were gonna have Darth Talon! Now family, angst, Alpha, Beta, Omega, Flower Shop, AU. No! I don't need to hear about your AU where fucking Anakin hears Padme's alpha pheromones. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Because, Mom, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. What? We have two very reliable witnesses, no less. Ah! It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. There's some witnesses now. Okay, what about the fucking witnesses then, my guy? Who are these witnesses, Inspector? Hey, Ida, hello! And hi, Yuzu, thank you for redeeming the Ara. Alright, here we go. Ara. A fellow and his wife. The man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. Mr. Magnus McGilded! Like his burned corpse just wanders in. Late as usual. I can't believe you're late, Ida. I can't believe you hate me so much. Although, if we had this convo before, the Force Unleashed comps are for talents in the design. Oh, I completely forgot. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. That was a good one, solid 8.5 out. So you're saying there's room for improvement. He's a copper from Scotland Yard. Oh boy, a policeman? That might change things. That, or he did the stabbing, and he's fucking using because cops don't accuse other cops. Nothing peculiar about that, man. Part and parcel of being a Bobby. Catching them banging the act and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh, fuck off, Gregson. Riku begged me to do days with him so his monk can hit 80, but he never hit 80, so rip. There is, but I maybe could be wrong, as they do say you can't improve on. Oh. Nah. I'll give you something to look for. No. That's sad, man. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. Damn it, I was gonna poison the witness. Metaphorically, but also literally. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that we are fucking boned. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, you could have warned me of that too. There's one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect, I hear that was a Mr. Sherlock Holmes. What are you bringing him up for? Was it something I said? Color is drained from his cheeks. Oh yeah, all the blood went from his face into his dick, their husbands. He gets aroused at the very thought of Sholm's existence. I'm going to prison. I'm going to the forever box. Who did you hear that name from? Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. Hey, what's up, Super Coobs? I'm sure this was one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions. Fiddle faddle! The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. Well, that's a fucking tone change from before. Holy shit. Mr. Saw It. I love Saw It. He's great. I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yeah, he's quite astounding, isn't he? Oh, he's a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble gabble! Ah! I love British expletives that are just fucking gibberish. I love it. When I was a kid, I had a teacher who would, unironically say, sucklebuckle. Like, there's this, like, old-ass man with a big fucking bushy mustache, and he would just say, sucklebuckle. Like, whenever someone was, like, trying to, like, lie about their homework, just, that's a lot of sucklebuckle, you know it. Like, Jesus Christ. Ever seen this before? Oh, yes, that's Ron's magazine. A wonderful publication which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears. Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called Great Detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all. So, That's a weird thing, because libel is a thing here. Libel is, like, it's actually one of the most commonly prosecuted rules in this time period. Like newspapers in this time period had to be very, very, very careful of whose name they put in, because they were always at risk of libel. So, like, if anything, the Scotland Yard, if they're being made fun of, they could literally sue Ranst and, by extension, Herlock for libel and get a fat fucking stack of money for every detective whose name's ever appeared in a publication. So it's like, yeah, I feel like they really didn't put too much in the way of research into how this time period actually fucking worked. Hi, Nam. We work our socks off, every one of us, only be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us as Scotland Yard is. Us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. She almost paints Gregson a good look. Oh, fuck, you're right. Yeah, this is a massive tone shift. It's a massive tone shift from where he was before. Clearly, the great detective and police have a complex. Yeah, like before, Gregson was being really, really polite. What the fuck is this tone shift at? The fuck? But he just said that the Rants magazine makes the Yard look like fools. Which is libel. A twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. You gonna defend him or not? Well, makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution's being handled by the Reaper, the Bailey, you mean. So how much of Van Zyke's, like, win rate is him, like, actually being a good prosecutor, and how much of it is his reputation scaring off defense lawyers? Like, I'm imagining that, like, he's just like Ben Shapiro, or like Ben Shapiro in a debate. He'll only debate college students that have no access to reference material. He's got a fucking iPhone open to check every single statement they say. It's all a bit strange, though. Sorry? The Reaper, he hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now. As we did hear something of that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The master criminal. See, it's because he lost to a Japanese person, now he wants to have all Japanese people go to the gallows. Master criminals? The violent ones? That's right, he handpicks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsai wouldn't handle what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, Sunshine. Yeah, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. This isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into for one of a... He's a fucking vampire, this man. This game is on Nintendo Switch. I think it's also on DS, I think. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's gotta be more to it. Some reason he's taken an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? You think I can tell what's going on inside that head of that Lord of Darkness? They're literally leaning into the fact that he's just a fucking vampire, my god. I'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial. Really going to have to face the Reaper again? Oof. Oh, it was only released on Japanese 3DSs. Oh, that's rough. About to change your Nintendo icon. What do you want to change it to? Well, I don't think we're gonna get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Oh yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. Can't wait, can you? His fucking... Oh my gosh, she is so horny for Sholmes. Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, didn't he? He clearly believes now that a Japanese man beat him, so he must gain the power of Japanese blood. He just want to be different for each... Oh, I see. I see. He did. He really did. There's an involved party in this case. Just gonna ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps to lick his skin. The trouble is, we have no idea the man's address even. So how... It's Baker Street! How do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. Alright, later, Nim. Better try to find a way there before Suzato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Suzato is just gonna, like, start murdering her way across London till she can lick Sherlock. I summon a carriage! Starts just doing Naruto hand signs. Like the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Like, she nodded at my fucking thoughts! Okay, I'm pretty sure... Like, this woman can read thoughts, I swear to God. That's rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. Several prostitutes were murdered there. There's a time supersede taking its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging. Just like your mom. Probably looks like decidedly in worse shape than the other houses around here. Must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible. Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally within reasonably level floors. Alright, Sholmes. Sholmes, what you got, motherfucker? Anime! So, are you sure you should be traveling the streets with that deadly weapon? Alright then, ignore me then, alright.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day. Thanks again.
The whole ass double rainbow. A whole ass double rainbow?
This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
My god, this man's got a stronger fucking accent than I do, and I was born there! Fuck me! Holy shit. Oh, I can't wait till we meet Watson. It's just like, hello, I'm Herlock's heterosexual life mate. So this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Oh, damn, girl, cover yourself up. Don't show the back of your neck like that. Damn. You're gonna make Van Zykes very happy when he sees you. Is it as described in the stories, Miss Suzato? Ah, Suzato-san? Yeah, he... Oh, did we? No, he died, though. Watson died. Also, I love how this is just a recreation of, like, the most stereotypical Sherlock Holmes, like, apartment ever. They even got the fucking, like, the VR written in fucking bullets up there. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. Never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears in the fog in an unlit London street. Ah, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? I suppose I can, yes. If you don't mind. I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Don't mind me. Ah, she's obsessed. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home. So how did we get in? Excuse me, is anyone home? Who opened the door? Who opened the door? Hello, is this a big new case for Mr. Shones? Hello, little lolly. Wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. I'm sure it's the same girl. Mr. Zato, did you see the girl who was just here? Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? Think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Shones to take on his case. Oh, you're accusing me of being... I hope Watson isn't a lolly, god damn it. The King of Bowaria? King Wilhelm Gottrick Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Sherlock Holmes for a moment. Look over there. There's no way this girl is Watson. Who's the fucking guy who's giving the fuck... No fucking way. Then who's the guy who gives the, like, the fucking voiceovers at the start of the cases? Ah, it's you! I knew it. Zato-san recognizes her too. Alright, just don't give me the flashback, just zoop forward, come on. Who is this bitch? I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London. Yeah, I know she abducted Lestrade, but like... No, there's no way this is Watson! Well, try this tea, it's my special blend, you know? It's 30% cocaine per volume. Thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor! Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage, and you have another tickler's trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. Who the fuck are you? Oh, you know Hurley, do you? Oh my god. Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, Shirley? Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. Oh god. Oh god, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Please stop bemoaning the point. Please. Just pull the fucking band-aid off. God damn it! We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, you think? And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite? It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. God, I'm going to kill myself! Oh my god. I live here together with Hurley. Oh god. Hang on. Like, wasn't... Wait. Okay, my brain is... My brain is not working. Wasn't there someone in Sherlock Holmes called Iris? Wasn't there someone called Iris? Like, are they blending two characters together? Before I pull the trigger, can I open the garage? I think Iris is Watson's loving. Yeah. Did they merge? Did they merge? Did they merge Adler and Watson into one person and then make it a lolly? Is it like Iris Adler? No, it's Irene Adler. I don't know where I got that from. Iris is Watson's love it? What was, no, Watson's wife was someone else. Dr. Watson wife. Yeah, it was Mary. Oh god. What? What's the matter? No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? John H. Watson was killed in the first. Oh. I'm Ryanosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely. Susie and Runo. Got it. Susie and Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. Probably several spectrums of things. I have so many questions for her, I don't know where to start. Yes, and so do I. Why can Susato just read my fucking mind? Alright, later, Ida. Wilson. Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I am a very great fan of the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, and... Oh, you have a copy of Rance Magazine! Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the... Oh my god, she's the one that writes the fucking stories. God, she is just Watson! God damn it! That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. And of course she has the same fucking mannerisms. I really hope that, like, she's just like his daughter or something. Otherwise, this gets weird. God damn, apparently Sai is locked out of the house. Hang on, give me a moment. I return. Hello. And why did the chat disappear? What the fuck? Hello. I do not know why the chat vanished. It is a mystery. I really hope it doesn't break. Oh well. But shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness. Last night he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are, oh my god, so Naruhodo is gonna be in the magazine. Oh Christ. I'll let you in a secret if you like. I'm gonna call the late adventure the Speckled Band. The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar. Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories, here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but... it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. I mean, I guess him getting murdered by a snake is probably, like, a little more, like, flattering to fucking Asogi's death than him slipping and falling on his weak-ass neck. So do you mean to say the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rance magazine? All written by me, yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. So that sounds good. Wait, isn't that the guy who died in the first case? Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true, too. I am a doctor of medicine. You are, like, 8 years old! Are they giving out fucking medical degrees in goddamn primary school now? No, at 10 years old? At 10 years old. Well, that's quite incredible. But, Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. He's a super genius lolly. Okay, the chat is working again, good. I did alter the settings slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Oh. No one would ever believe that a lolly was doing all of the crime solving. Oh my god, but it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow? I suppose it does, yeah. It makes Sholmes look kinda like a pedophile. Dr. John H. Watson died in the first case. It's been a minute, alright? It's been a minute, I forgot! Poor Suzato-san. She looks like her whole world is just falling apart. Never meet your heroes, bitch! It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey? Yep, that's right. You're ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Makes him look like a single father. Remember, this is the 1800s. That shit didn't exist yet. No, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Gun! Like this? Thinking back now, you left with a Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you? Ah, yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade. Ah, Ginny? Yep, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found out. It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption? Hey! I was worried about my side being locked out of the house at the time, alright? Shish! So I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. This girl is dangerous. This girl is a fucking domestic terrorist. Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry, your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Herlock. Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great detective was such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely! Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no, honorary goblin, very much so. I bet if we scrubbed her hard enough, like, her skin would turn green. I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? I mean, she could. Nothing's, like, there's nothing on the books that says you have to call your dad your dad. Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. I'm a freeloader! The solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. Oh my god, they were roommates! Oh my god! I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Well, what of your mother and father? Oh, no. They're not around. Oh, I see. Wonder what the story is there. Well, off to the orphanarium with you, Iris. What's in your mind, Runo? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean? Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all that? Oh, this is what you mean. Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Like, damn, Nuz, you've never looked better with ketchup on your chin. Oh, do I need to just become a PNG tuber and just use that as my fucking PNG? Of course I'd be delighted, although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular. Dude, I don't know if I'm allowed to, if it's like, or maybe TOS. First of all, I already know that you were a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. But you also said we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed a passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket. Oh, I was reasonably confident you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. The Reaper of the Bailey. I walked right into that one, didn't I? And I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today. Ah. They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. I can't believe she's using deductive reasoning. That's more so than fucking, like, Sholmes ever would. I didn't realize. And a red stamp only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So, that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. How many foreign inmates do they have? They have to have a special fucking stamp for it. My god. However, neither of you is wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. Allowing me to believe that you must have accepted a new case. I see. Naruhodo. How did you have known that the trial's tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It's obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. And he was saying some really racist things, I imagine. Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves, so I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case. Like, Jesus Christ, she's a better fucking detective than Herlock. Holy shit. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley's always stabbing his notes with a knife, you see. He is silly. I feel like maybe this is not the best place to raise a child. And that's all there was to it, really. Elementary, my dear Naruhodo. Like, she's unironically better at this than fucking Herlock. Holy shit. They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. Even managed to certain something of Sister Sholmes' delivery. Oh well, I just copying Hurley's style for that. Hurley has schizophrenia. Now, Mr. Holmes, it's time for your schizophrenia meds. He takes them and fucking Naruhodo disappears. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. Ohayo! Or actually, given the time, it'd be more like konbanwa. Did the bruh not play? Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think the bruh... What the fuck? Why did the bruh not play? Bruh!
Bruh.
Bruh! Earliest IRL schizo posting. Bruh. Alright, tell us of the case of the Japanese man. Yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, as you were saying. Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems. Apparently, the woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Ah, yes. Racism. Oseki-san said he didn't see anybody else on the street at all, but it seems there are witnesses after all. Hurley uses great deductive powers to determine the man's address. He looked him up in the fucking phone book. There was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shitty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear, armed with a piece of sharp cheddar. Of course it did. He's a great detective. So that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. The funny thing is that Sholmes did eventually figure out the last case and who's wrong. Oh boy, isn't that... Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it? Definitely. There's no time to investigate properly. Yeah, that's the point. They want a fucking high conviction rate. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. Fuck. Not much has changed then, huh? Yeah, so yeah, I guess for you, Alexi, it's ohayou gozaimasu. But, yeah, over here is, konbanwa. I suppose the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest judicial system. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Alright, time to give up on the case. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative. Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? It's also because convicting a Nihonjin gives political clout to the Brits a strong arm. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. They're not sending their best, folks. As you guess, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well. Ah, well, I suspect Hurley is still investigating the scene. We were just there! Yes, Mr. Nutsome. Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you probably catch him there. He has thoroughly ruined a lactose... What if one of the police was lactose intolerant? My god, he could have killed everyone there. Gregson! Yes, we know Inspector Gregson. Ah, goody. In that case... Give Gregsy this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What's this? A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems. Oh boy. Okay, I need to know what the fuck this says. Reads, tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. It's a bribe! It's a fucking bribe! Oh my god! Glad to see the police work has not changed in the last 100 years. Holy shit. They'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime. Oh boy. Somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Jesus Christ. Two crowns for your troubles, Gregson, my good mate. Fucking Christ. Alright, so I feel like that's a good place to stop, mostly because they gave us a save. And I'm still not feeling 100%, like, after, like, I mean, I wasn't feeling good yesterday either. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I did hear the good news, I did. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Very, very sorry we couldn't go for the full 3 hours, but I just do not have it in me today. I feel like ass. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. And that you will join me for tomorrow's stream, which I don't know what it is gonna be yet. It's gonna be something. Something fun, I hope. And hopefully I'll see you all there. Tell your friends. Arm yourselves with knowledge. I'm gonna go see what Sai's up to. But let's see who we can raid. Because no one has redeemed... Let's raid Heretic again. For those of you on YouTube, I'll see you around. We'll have Shield Hero tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed Comey. Those of you on Twitch, let's go raid Heretic. He's playing Hunt Showdown. Bye!